Hey there! Welcome to my second video in the series titled, What is Diabetes? Before we can learn anything else about diabetes, we need to understand what that word means. Okay, let me start by saying that our bodies are really amazing at what they do. They're very good at their jobs most of the time. And the body's job is to keep everything in just the right balance. So you don't have too much or too little of anything. And when that doesn't happen, that's where we start to have problems. And that's exactly what happens with the blood sugars. Normal blood sugar is between 70 to 100, maybe up to 120 at the most. And the body is really good at regulating that and keeping it in that range. Now, I've had patients tell me that they're not diabetic because the only reason their blood sugar was 250 is because they had just eaten. And I have to explain to them that in a non-diabetic patient, that would never happen. You would never check your blood sugar and it would never be that high because your body is really good at keeping it in the normal range. If you eat something, immediately your pancreas releases insulin and brings that blood sugar to a normal range. I mean, it happens like simultaneously. If you're sleeping and your blood sugar starts to drop, your body starts to break down glucose for energy, and so that brings your blood sugar back up. There's always this regulation there. So when you have diabetes, one of two things is happening. One, either your pancreas doesn't make insulin at all, which is the case in type 1 diabetics. That's why they always require insulin shots. Or two, the cells don't respond to the insulin that your body's making, and that's the case with type 2 diabetics and gestational diabetics as well. So what is insulin exactly? Insulin is a hormone that's made by your pancreas, and it is like a key that allows your glucose to enter into the cells where it's needed for energy. And if you don't have any insulin, or if your cells don't respond to that insulin, then the glucose can't get into the cells where it needs to go in order to keep your blood sugars controlled. Your blood sugar will just continue to rise and rise and rise and rise if nobody intervenes to bring it back down. And a lot of complications will start to occur. One, your body thinks it's starving because even though you have all this sugar in your blood, it's not getting to where it needs to be. So your body starts to break down other things for energy, which we'll get into more about that later and about the other complications. But basically, our job is to get those blood sugars as close to your goal glucose as possible. So we don't expect diabetic patients to keep their blood sugars within a normal range all the time, but each patient has a goal blood sugar that we try to follow and that we try to get those blood sugars back down to. So if you have any questions about exactly what diabetes is, feel free to post them in the comment section. I'll answer them to the best of my ability. And as always, feel free to share this video with your family and friends, healthcare professionals, nursing students, patients, if you are a healthcare professional, anyone else that you think might benefit from it. Thank you, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Have a good night.